Friends of our channel and YouTubers, welcome. Answers of an alien from Andromeda, 42 video, May 29, 2011. Question: Some mates asks, is there an alien energy field surrounding the solar system now? Yes, there is an energy field that is as a barrier of shock, ahead of the dwarf star system, that is approaching. When a large mass system travels at high speed through space, it creates a shock front of high energy that precedes it, opening the path between the gravitational forces and energy fields, to make way for him. Your scientists should know that. That is why all the planets of the solar system are experiencing instability and heating, including your Sun, that will react to such trauma of the system, with major CMEs. When the dwarf star withdraw from the solar system, there is the trace of this energy field also will act until the middle of your next year, keeping the system instability until dissipate. Question: Some mates asks, something is scheduled to take place on December 24th this year? Well, it all depends on what the community Galactica will do, or not do. The dwarf star is advanced by the effect of acceleration, on approximately 14 months or 3.2408 E-4, orbital time. That parcel was not calculated by your scientists in the original calculation, because they had no effective mass of the system to place the relationship of gravitational interaction necessary for the calculation. If the orbits of dwarf star continue within the original forecast, the great amount of energy radiated by your Sun, plus the energy emitted by the dwarf star, will cause heating of the Earth's magma as a microwave. It will expand, and this can trigger a complete rearrangement of your tectonic plates. The solstice of December 22nd may cause in that time period the beginning a new weight distribution in the crust of the planet. Question: Mithy, we have a movie here, with embossed filter, showing something bombarding the Sun. You could tell what might be? Very good. This is one of the ships, with scientists from the community Galactica, making interaction with probes, of the same kind that are buried in Siberia, and the South Atlantic, causing the relief of stress in hyperactive areas of your Sun. This is an attempt to stabilization, so that it does not react with much violence, in this imminent approach of dwarf star. They are working hard to mitigate the consequences. Question: Payman asks, there is an Iranian nuclear scientist who has discovered space propulsion and the structure of light, and the Kesh neutron model. The neutron is composed of the three basic matters: matter, dark matter and antimatter. Is this all legit? Payman, your quantum science is way ahead, with respect to all these concepts, but it is impossible for you at the current scientific stage, synthesize the elements needed for practical uses of these theories. All of these technologies already exist and are used millions of years ago. When you are ready to receive these technologies for practical use, you will receive directly from alien scientists, who will be assisting in your development from this new era. Question: Tada asks, Mithy, can you see this 10% of people which will continue to develop after the big event of Earth, if you pass them on the streets? Or from some base where you are at? Can you monitor them or to see their position on the planet? Tate, we can feel if a person has good frequency or not. But we do not have this as a database record. Do you have ethnic groups, with a good aura average, and others, with stressed and loaded auras? But I understand the meaning of your question. Yes. We will rush to give initial support to the societies where the average frequency is higher, and so on. you have to help first to those who can join forces, to save even more. This is the first basic rule to follow, in a large-scale rescue. Question: Vikram asks, can you guys help us in the event such as, the nuclear weapons are launched before you disable them? I mean, can you detect them and disable them is flight before they impact? Surely Vikram, the Pleiadian probes can disable the missiles well before reaching any target. It will not have that kind of action because your governments know that is a fact. Question: Kachima asks, Mithi, you told people not to quit their jobs, or move to a safe location until they are sure about succession of events. Commercially shutting down of energy, electricity and banking. The problem is that when this dire situation starts, it will be too late for anyone trying to get to a safe location. Kachima, I told you stay on alert. In early September, when you see a dwarf star beside your sun, this is the sign that you have at least a week to execute your plans and scripts for the local previously chosen. Rent a trailer, while your credit cards still work, put everything inside, and out of vacation or achieve a medical leave, for a few days. That will not raise suspicion of your intentions. Do not try to warn all others with a bullhorn. All one's death during these events are already secured their rightful places. Those who have taken the initiative to be informed of events may try to stay here and survive all this. Some ethnic groups that may survive will regret not to have died in the beginning. Question: Mithi, Zeta asks, have you made a complete copy of the internet for your records? If so, how often do you update the copy? I was hoping to embed some information for my future incarnation. Have you done this experiment before? A digital love letter to thine own self? Zeta, we do not access your computer network directly. Our system's accessing your system only to give us the answers about random subjects, or some other specific data. Our systems communicate with any system. We need not make backups. We consulted all in real time. Whatever happened to this colony is already properly stored in the databases of the Community Galactica. Leave a message for yourself. It would be really impossible to be rescued by you in another incarnation. Your memories are accessible only in proportion as a greater percentage of your brain function is released. This will happen gradually, depending directly on your level of frequency. The higher the frequency of the planet where you are allocated, the greater the release of brain functions of those born there. The only place where the natives of the third dimension can remember its history is when they are in the fourth dimension, waiting for a reincarnation. Question: Wayne asks, Mithi, once we are ready to be reborn, you said we can stay in the fourth dimension for as long as we want? Are the spirits that are around us now in the fourth dimension? Wayne, when you go into the fourth dimension, which is the density of your spirit when you're still in the process of incarnations in the third dimension, you can take time to rethink your values. You can even choose to return to a level lower frequency, to act as a missionary, to help old acquaintances or even an entire community. Usually, what happens is you end up following your class, by going to colonies that are in your cycle of vibration, because only those places you can continue to develop. Everything is very personal, nothing is imposed, and this is the meaning of free will. No spirit is haunting you, or to your side, only thoughts could be directed from fourth to third dimension. Question: Paimam asks, based on reports published by China's space agency, Sergio Toscano, a director for astronomical research in missions, said that behind the Imminent comet could be a UFO approaching. Behind the comet, discovered in December last year, Chinese scientists say there is a phenomena, something they called cluster, which means globular cluster, or perhaps alien spacecraft, said Toscano. Is it plausible? Paimon, as I had explained before, your scientists to grasp the fact, the Community Galactica ships are following the dwarf star has been a long time, with Crew-Line spacecraft. They will remain there, until the scientists release operation. Your NASA already know this, Chinese scientists seem to have been the last to know. Question: Object asks, would it not be a peaceful solution, for the lower vibration frequencies of life form, to be removed to another system that suits their frequency immediately upon their death? Hopefully cosmic destruction isn't the only way to achieve life's purpose, unless this is considered a natural way of progression. Is this natural or an unnatural event, that has the coincidence of coming together at the same time? Does catastrophe happen in all increasing of frequencies? Paimon, the non-intelligent life forms, is almost immediately transferred to other similar environments. The forms of intelligent life on any level of frequency, go through conscientization and conditioning in the fourth dimension. Such is the rule that works. The passage of the basic level of frequency, for level 1, is not always traumatic. Will happen on your planet for many reasons. One of them was your population explosion. Your colony was too great for the planet behave. With the physical changes by which the planet will pass, that dissonance will be rectified. The purposes of the laws governing the universe are too complex, everything works in synchrony. What is not, in our become in tune, like it or not. As the planet is to change the level of frequency, the faster it tune in, the faster your colony will reach the level of harmonic frequency compatible. After all, Earth is being awaited as the newest participant of the Community Galactica. Question: Angel asks, I am an earthly medium that requires no sleep. I know that these planets are bringing in an exciting celestial event, and Imminent is no comet, but a huge mothership of deities, that helped in our creation. They cross into our world like two brothers warriors, with armies to gather the souls who have graduated to a higher level of consciousness. Through suffering all this world gives us, we will be taken according to their earthly vibration or auras. Many ships arrive before pole shift. Is this true? Angel is very good to be an external observer. In fact, you might consider dwarf star symbolically as a mothership, as it turns helping in the designs of fate of all the inhabitants of this colony. In fact, those who have assisted in planning this colony never cease to support your development, never experience 3600 years away from you. All levels of the aura of the planet will get the people selected for their specific vibrational frequencies and personal auras. Many ships must meet the remnants, but will not bring these communities out of the planet, rather will assist in their maintenance. Hope is not something that can be given as a gift, is the direct result of your spiritual conscience, spotting your role outside the field that envelops you in problems of this planet. Do not imagine for a moment that the salvation of the matter is most important, because death is the only event is absolutely sure, since day of birth. Face the facts of development with your spirit, your conscience. What are important is you, and you're not the matter that you touch, you are what do that matter to feel touched. Isn't? Thanks for watching, join our channel. You are welcome there.